Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrali sadri wa yassirli amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. How is everyone? Hope that you all are learning, enjoying your learning. Okay, today we are solving one more paper, paper 1, Computer Systems. This is October-November to 2024, paper 1-1. The duration of the paper is 1 hour 45 minutes. You have to answer on the question paper. No additional materials are needed. Instructions as we do every time. You have to answer all the questions. Use a black or dark blue pen. You are allowed to use an HG pencil for any diagrams or graphs. Write your name, center number, and candidate number in the given boxes. Write your answer to each question in the given space. Do not use an erasable pen or correction fluid. Do not write on any barcodes. Calculators are not allowed, so please refrain from carrying the calculator to the examination hall. The paper is of 75 marks. The number of marks for each question or part question are given in brackets. No mark will be awarded for using the brand names of software packages of hardware. So please do not use the brand name at all. Okay. These are the general instructions that we discuss in every class, in every paper. Question number 1. The size of a file can be measured using different units. Tick one box to show which of these is not a unit of measurement for a file. Bit, bot, nibble, or byte. Definitely, it's a bot. So this is not the term. You can see, tick a box to show which one of these is not a unit of measurement for a file. So bit is the unit of measurement, nibble is a unit of measurement, and byte is a unit of measurement. I hope that we know bits and bytes and nibbles, isn't it? Okay, now part B. The size of a file can be reduced by compressing it. Give two types of compression that can be used to reduce the size of a file. So I hope that we all know lossy and lossless. In this manner, you answer and you will be able to score 2 out of 2 and 1 very easily, isn't it? Okay, now next question. Give 3 benefits of reducing the size of a file for storage and transmission. So why do we reduce the file size? It's a 3-mark question. The file requires less storage space. It will be taking less time to transmit the data. It will be using lower bandwidth to transmit the file, less data usage for data allowance, more likely to meet file size limits set by email clients or apps. So if you have mentioned any 3 of these points, like for example, if you have mentioned the file requires less storage space, you have mentioned less time to transmit, lower bandwidth can be used to transmit the file, that's perfectly okay. And in this manner, you will be scoring 3 out of 3. This is what you have already studied in the class exactly. Okay, question number 2, where we move on. Okay, now. A student has a smartphone. Identify 2 input devices that can be built into the smartphone. Input devices, any 2. So you can see that screen, very first thing, microphone or mic. Sensor, you can mention any example like touch, whichever sensor that you think is used in your mobile phone, like proximity sensor, etc. Biometric device, you can see button, or you can say digital camera. So which options immediately came to your mind? Touch screen, exactly. Smartphone has a touch screen, and we have a microphone also through which we are making a phone call, and a digital camera. So if you mention any of these 2, then you will be able to score marks. Identify 2 output devices that can be built into the smartphone. Definitely it has a screen, a speaker, LED, and an actuator. So any 2, if you say screen, if you say speakers, and that is okay. And if anyone says LED, that is also okay. An actuator is also present. So that is going to give you 2 out of 2 for identifying the correct output device that is used or that is built into the smartphone. Clear? Okay, now part C. The smartphone contains Storage, secondary storage. The smartphone contains secondary storage. Explain the purpose of the secondary storage in the smartphone. Secondary storage, by the way, if you recall, we have storage of two types. Which are they? Primary and secondary, exactly. So secondary is meant to store the data or files permanently. Otherwise, you need to install every time whenever you're working on it. To allow software to be downloaded or installed on the smartphone. It is there to store the user files also for the creation of virtual memory or VM. So actually, why do we have a secondary storage? You can see to store the files permanently, 1 mark. If you're not storing it permanently, then every time when you are turning on, you have to install the things repeatedly. And it is there to allow the software to be downloaded or installed on the smartphone, the way we install different apps. So for that also, we need a secondary storage. Okay. Identify the most suitable type of secondary storage for the smartphone. So which are the secondary storage devices which we have talked about? Okay, that's wonderful. Hard drive and your solid state. In this case, when you talk about the smartphone, the better option is definitely going to be your solid state or SSDs. And why? Reason. Explain your choice. So just recall, you have studied the advantages of solid state over the other secondary storage medium. So what is the biggest advantage? It's small, thin in size, and let's see the marks first, and then we'll discuss the answer. A 4-mark question means that I am expected to explain my answer. Small or thin in size means it would fit easily into the smartphone. It's lightweight, so it would make the smartphone heavy. It has no moving parts, means it would be durable. Definitely with moving parts, there are some problems which are not there in your solid state because there are no moving parts, and it is going to make it durable or robust. The smartphone is dropped, the data is less likely to be damaged or lost. That is what you also know, because if there's no moving part, as is present in a hard drive, then even if the smartphone is dropped, there is very less likelihood of you damaging your data. It has fast read-write speeds, or you can say it has faster access. So definitely it will be easier or quicker to load files or software. It runs at a cool temperature, so it wouldn't make the smartphone hot to hold for the user. Assume if the smartphone wasn't having this quality, then it would be too difficult for us to carry it in our pockets, to carry it in our bags. So that is definitely a very big advantage. It runs at a cool temperature. That's why it is easily carried. We don't have to worry about it, and it would be able to stay in our pockets, or we can use it or hold it for a longer time. It doesn't make a lot of noise, so it wouldn't ruin the user's experience of listening to music or watching videos. It doesn't require much power. It won't drain the battery. It can have a large storage capacity, so it can store files that are it can store the multimedia files. So a few of these we have been discussing in the class. Some of the options are available in our book also. So I guess this is going to give you a very nice, I can say, answer, and you can explain, and you will be able to score 4 out of 4. Any 4 points out of these will give you 4 out of 4. Okay, fine. Okay, now, question number 3. A user enters text into a computer system using a keyboard. An American Standard Code for Information Interchange or ASCII character set is used to convert the text to binary. Identify one other character set that could be used to convert the text to binary. ASCII is already given to me, and they are asking about the other one. So definitely this is something that we have been doing. We know it very well, then it will be your Unicode, isn't it? You almost have answered immediately, Unicode. The character capital A is represented by the denary ASCII number 65. The character M is represented by the denary ASCII number 109. convert the two denary ASCII numbers to binary. ASCII number 65 is for capital A and ASCII number 109 is for small m. We are asked to convert the two denary ASCII values to the equivalent binary. So working space is given to us. Again, you can see it's done for you. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, the byte value. And for 65, simply the two bits that are turned on are 64 and 1. And you can see 64 and 1 makes it your 65, isn't it? Easy? 64 and 1. And you can see 64 and 1 turned on and the rest of the bits are off. And you can get the answer as 65, isn't it? 64 plus 1 is 65. Now for 109, you can see 64, 32, 96 makes 96. I mean, this is what we have been doing. And what is left? 96 minus 109 will give you exactly 13. So 8 plus 4 is 12 and 1 is 13. So in this manner, you can see 64, 32, 8, 4, and 1. So these bits are on. 1 is on, then 8 and 4 are on, then 64 and 32 are on. And in this manner, you will very quickly get the binary for 109. Isn't it easy? And once you have used the working space, you have identified this accurately, you can write the answer here and you will be definitely scoring 2 out of 2. Got it? Okay. Part 2. Convert the two denary ASCII numbers to hexadecimal. I was supposed to convert 65, that is my ASCII value, and 109, that is again the ASCII value, to hexadecimal. Okay, now one option is we can just form the division. But since in our first part, we have computed the binary, so why not apply the same? Fine. So we have just taken help of part 1. And we have taken the answers from here. You can see 0100 and 0001. That is for 65. And you can recall 1248, 1248 written. And you can see it's representing 4. And this is representing 1. So we found 41. And the answer for 65 in denary is 41 in hexadecimal. Similarly, we have taken 109's binary value from here, which was 0110 and 1101. And then we have made the groups, like the groups of 4 bits, looking at the same 1248, 1248. And you can see 8 plus 4 plus 1 is your 13, which is D. And 4 and 2 is on, which means it is 6. In this manner, you have answered 6D. So again, 2 marks are again easy to gain if you have followed this principle. Do not go into that concept of dividing, although you can. But if you have this option, why not take advantage of this? Isn't it easy till now? Okay, now part C. The character small y is represented by the binary ASCII number 0, and then you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 ones, and then 001. Convert the binary ASCII number to denary. Now, this is my representation for letter Y. So what are we supposed to do is we simply have to find out the convert this binary to its equivalent denary. So again, the working space is being used. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. We have written the values 1001 and 1110. And then we have simply added 64 is on, 32 is on, 16 is on, 8 is on, and 1 is on. So 64 plus 32 is 96, and 97, 107, 117, 18, 19, 20, 21. So in this manner, you can get the answer. See, 64 and 32 is 96 and 97. Okay, then 8 and 16 is 24. So if you add these values, you get 121. Is it easy? Okay, want to do it yourself? Also, Okay, now just do this one part. Convert the binary ASCII number to hexadecimal. Now do it. This is your binary value, and you have to convert it to hex value. Done? Exactly, like we know it very well that we are going to make a group of 4 bits here, a group of 4 bits here. And what is our answer? Great, Emma, excellent. It is 7, 9. And the same is shown in the working space also. 1001 and 1110. And it will give you 7 for this and 9 for this. The first nibble is 7, second nibble is 9. And in this manner, you again have scored 1 out of 1. Any questions till now? Maybe move ahead? Okay, question part 3. A logical right shift of 2 places is performed on the binary ASCII number. Now the same. It's performed. Give the binary number after the logical right shift of 2 places is performed. So you can see here. By the way, this is your value, and just with a different color I've shown so you can understand. In this ASCII number, what happens? These 2 bits from the right hand side are removed, like they are not there because they have been shifted. So what is left? You are left with 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, and the rest of the 2 places, which are on the left hand side, on the most significant bit side, will be containing a 0 here. So here you can see they have asked me to show the new value, and what will be the result. So you have shown the result. By the way, just asking, do we remember which operation is performed whenever we are performing the right shift? The logical right shift means what, and the logical left shift means what? Okay, that's great. Logical right shift means division, and logical left shift means multiplication. And with 2 values, 2 bits moving out, it will be dividing by 4. By the way, is the answer exactly dividing by 4, do you think? Just do it. Original value, and then you divide it by 4. Is the answer equal? We have found the equivalent we have found the equivalent denary value. We have divided the denary value by 4, and then let me know. Is it actually showing the right division, or do you think it's making it's not the correct one? Exactly, it is not the correct one. It is not actually showing you the same result as division by 4 should show. And it is because in this case, you can see that the 2 values that are being removed from the right hand side, or after the shift is being performed, it contains a 1. And definitely because of this, your answer will not be exactly as per your calculations. So be clear, this may happen. Okay, now, exactly in this question paper, they have given us a lot of questions of conversions, etc. So I hope that you are enjoying it, isn't it? Praying that you will also get a paper like this. Okay, fine. Okay, now may Allah Ta'ala bless you. Now, the character capital T is represented by the binary ASCII number. You can see 0101, 0100. The character small t is represented by the binary ASCII number 0111, 0100. Okay, add the 2 binary numbers using binary addition. Give your answer in binary, show all your workings. So you were supposed to add the 2 binary values, 0101, 0100. This is your value for capital T. And second one is 0010 and 1110. So we have done the addition, and I hope that we remember, we start from the right hand side, or LSB. 000, 0 plus 0 is a 0. 1 plus 1 is 0 with a carry of 1. 100 will give a 1 here. 1 plus 1, 0 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 1, 0 with a carry of 1. 111 will be 1. and one carried here and then one coming here. So if you are adding the two binary values, your answer will be 11001000. And this will give you 3 out of 3. By the way, just recall, if we perform binary addition, which problem we have learned may occur. Okay, that's wonderful. It's going to be your overflow error, exactly. So this is what, again, it is, although it is not being asked here, but you need to be prepared for each and every question that can come in your paper for each topic. Question number 4. A company decides to create a network for its devices. All the company devices are within a single room. The employees will need to use their devices to send data to each other and share files. The company decides to send data across the network using packet switching. Now, part A. An employee sends an email to another employee. The email is broken down into packets. Describe the structure of a packet of data for the email. Packet structure. I hope that this is a very easy question. It's a 4-mark question, isn't it? So what am I supposed to write? I mean, this is something that you remember, packet structure. By the way, the ones who are facing a problem, they can watch the video of the packet structure so that they can recall the other components of the data packet also. Like what is there? By the way, there are 3 main sections, very accurately told by Ali. The first one is the packet header. The second one is the payload, and the third one is the trailer. So what are the what is present in packet header? Like destination address is one. A student can write about the source address, and besides this, it can contain the packet number also. So a student can write any of the answers regarding the packet header components. Payload is the actual data. The main data that is present in your packet is held in payload. And trailer is containing data like the error detection techniques like CRC. So these are the components of your data packet. We have talked about the three parts of the data packet. Explain them a little bit, and you will be able to score 4 out of 4. But just be clear, this is how this is shown in the form of points. So you can understand that this is what is going to give you the marks. But be clear, you have to describe it. Okay, the key points are mentioned, so you can frame your answer effectively. Part B. The company decides to use parallel full duplex transmission, data transmission, to send the data across the network. Explain the reasons why the company have chosen this method of data transmission. Parallel full duplex. By the way, parallel means several bits of data transmitted across several lines at the same time. And full duplex means two-way and simultaneous. Just be clear about the two terms, their descriptions, and you are able to frame a very nice explanation answer for yourself. It's a 4-mark question. So first thing, as we discussed, parallel means several bits of data, multiple bits will be transmitted using several wires at the same time. And definitely, since many bits are transmitted, several bits are transmitted, that is why the transmission will be very fast. Definitely. More space is available, more wires are available, so it means more bits can travel at the same time. Okay? So that will definitely be going to give you some marks. After that, you can talk about the full duplex. So full duplex means what? And the reason is basically full duplex means the data will be traveling in both directions at the same time. And why have we chosen this method? Just think why the company has chosen parallel full duplex. Since they have framed, if you remember, in the beginning, they have spoken about company devices are within a single room. And within a single room, there is definitely the same things are very close to each other. So it is the employee will need to use their devices to send data to each other and share files. So actually the employees are using this network to send data and share files among all the people, and it's using packet switching. So the whole concept you need to remember. so that you can answer about full duplex and parallel transmission also. Fine. Okay. So we have talked about parallel, we have talked about full duplex, and we can see since all the computer systems, all the devices are within a small room, within a single room. So that is why it will definitely be okay if you are using parallel transmission, because again, there is very less likelihood of data being skewed. It is for a short distance. And that is what is mentioned. You can see we have talked about parallel, we have talked about full duplex earlier, and now data may not is not traveling in at a long distance. It's in a limited space. It's within a single room. So for that reason, if the student has explained parallel and full duplex and the advantage, because the situation is because the devices are within a single room, then he will be able to score 4 out of 4. Any questions? First, explanation of parallel, then explanation of full duplex, and the reason of why choosing parallel full duplex. Okay, give two drawbacks of the company using this method of transmission. Fine, we have talked about the advantages that actually it is resulting in fast transmission, but still there are some drawbacks. There are still some limitations. So just recall what will you gain? What will you write to gain 2 out of 2? Give 2 drawbacks of the company using this method of data transmission. Okay, that's wonderful. The biggest drawback is skewing of the data. The data may reach out of order. Excellent. So here you can see what are the answers that the examiners are expecting from us. More interference or cross-talking due to multiple wires. Data may be skewed, as is said by Ali, due to multiple bits traveling at the same time, and the bits may reach out of order. More chances of data collision because the data is sent in both directions at the same time, and more chance of error in the data. So since the data is traveling in both directions, so still there is a possibility of data collision. So that is also something that the student can write, and he will be able to score 2 out of 2. Easy? Okay, till now it's easy, exactly. Till now they are, all the questions are very easy. Give one other method of transmission, or give one other method of data transmission the company could have chosen. They have talked about parallel full duplex. So which are the other options that are available to us? Okay, that's great. What should we do actually? What will we do? Parallel full duplex is written to me. What are the other alternates? I'll start with serial. Serial, a half duplex, serial simplex, serial full duplex. A student can write any of these. Then parallel full duplex is written means parallel simplex and parallel half duplex. So in this manner, a student can write any of these. And as we can see, serial simplex or serial half duplex or serial full duplex or parallel simplex or parallel half duplex. Apart from the one that is mentioned in the question, can answer any one and you will be able to score 1 out of 1 because they are asking me to give one other method. Okay? Now. Your favorite question, exactly. This is something that we have been discussing in the class repeatedly. So let's see what this question is. Question number 5. A central processing unit, CPU, performs the fetch, decode, execute cycle or FDE cycle. Give the name of 2 registers that are used in the fetch stage of the cycle. Now be clear. They're asking us to mention the name of the registers that are used in fetch stage of the cycle only. So which are the registers available? As you can recall your presentation, the presentation that we have discussed. It's program counter, MA or memory address register, memory data register or MDR and CIR. Okay, the student can write any of these 2. Describe what happens at the decode stage of the cycle. Decoding means understanding what is supposed to be done. So here they're asking me to describe what happens at the decode stage. How is this decoding being performed? Any idea what comes to your mind if you read this? See, it's a 3-mark question. So you can see CIR or CU is going to receive the instructions from the MDR or instructions sent from MDR to CIR, and this is using the data bus. So actually, the very first thing is the CIR will receive the instruction from MDR. Again, for this, what you need to do is you need to recall your FDE cycle flow chart that we have discussed. Remember the flow chart, and then from there we have framed small points also. This is going to be helping you out in your in answering this question. After that, instruction is separated into opcode and operand. Again, remember, opcode means what and operand means what. The command is opcode and operand is the data that is worked upon. Control unit is going to decode the instruction, and this is done using the instruction set. So these 3 points will definitely give you 3 out of 3. So just recall, CIR receiving the instruction from MDR, and this is sent using the data bus. Then after that, instruction is separated into, like, what has to be done will be the opcode and the operand. And then control unit is going to consult the instruction set to figure out, to know what to do. Control unit is now going to decode the instruction. So for that, it needs to consult the instruction set, or you can say a list of commands that are there present to help in performing any task by the CPU. So this is going to be the right answer. Okay. Now give one register in the CPU that is used in the execute cycle of this, in the execute stage of the cycle. Exactly, your favorite accumulator, exactly. So accumulator, and a student can write MAR, MDR also, but I think accumulators should be the very first answer that should come to our mind, isn't it? Okay, now another easy question. Let's see what it is. Buses are used. Now, any question till now? Anything that is unclear? Everything is clear till now? Okay, that's wonderful. Buses are used in the CPU to transmit data through the FDE cycle. Circle 3 buses that are used in the CPU. I think this is what you can do. Can I very quickly do it? And then we will discuss. Which are the 3 buses? Identified and circled. Okay, it's so simple. In the first line, fetch, address, register, execute. Data, decode, calculation, central, value, binary, control. Buses, the 3 buses. Address bus, great. Data bus, and control bus, not central bus. See, be very cautious. It's not central bus, it's control bus. Address bus, data bus, control bus. So these are the 3 buses that we know about, and we have circled them, and 3 marks are yours. Any questions till now? Understood very easily, everything is clear. Okay, now let's move to the next question, next part of the question. A user changes their CPU from one with a dual core and a clock speed of 2.54 gigahertz to one with a dual core and a clock speed of 3.5 gigahertz. Explain the effect of this change will have on the performance of the CPU. Now you can see dual core and a clock speed of 2.4 gigahertz. And now it is converted again to dual core and a clock speed of 3.5 gigahertz. So here you can see the change is in the clock speed. So explain the effect of this change on the CPU. So you can see from 2.4 to 3.5, core is the same. So definitely it means it can now execute more instructions, or you can say more fetch, decode, execute instructions are going to be processed per second. And definitely this will result in the increased performance of the CPU. So 1 mark will be to talk about the execution of more instructions. And definitely with more instructions means that your performance, the CPU's performance will be increased also by changing the clock speed from 2.4 to 3.5. So in this manner, you talk about this and you'll be able to score marks. A 2 mark question and inshallah, you'll be able to score. I think we are done with this question. No ambiguity, no concern, no problem. Now, question number 6. A computer programmer uses assembly language to create a computer program for an embedded system in a washing machine. State what is meant by an embedded system. So I hope that we know the definition of an embedded system, computer system that is designed to perform a dedicated task, computer system that contains a microprocessor, or it has a dedicated hardware, a computer system that is built into a larger system. So you can see larger system is your washing machine, and embedded system is built into the large system to make it work on any one dedicated task, any one dedicated function. Easy? We have been discussing this. I think that's not a problem. Part B. Give the name of the translator that will be used for the program. So assembly language means definitely the program, the translator will be assembler. So easy. Okay. Part C. The washing machine needs to display error codes on a small screen if there is a problem with the washing machine. The error codes are stored as binary. The binary numbers are too long to be displayed on the washing machine. State how the error codes could be reduced in length to be displayed on the screen. See, error codes are in binary, and binary means more screen space. So how can we reduce the length? So definitely one option is we can convert to hexadecimal, or we can say convert to denary, or we can use a character set. So the very first thing that should come to your mind is convert to hexadecimal or convert to denary. Rather than showing a string of zeros and ones, it is better if we are showing it in the form of hexadecimal or our denary value. Fine. Now, give one benefit to the programmer of using assembly language to write the program. So why is assembly language used by the programmers? Think from the programmer's perspective. Okay. Execution is faster. Okay, fine. Exactly. You can see the very first thing is since it is closer to the computer's language, that's why it will be faster in execution for testing than a high-level language. It is having more control over manipulating the hardware, like definitely more hardware control, and they can use machine-specific instructions. Although we normally talk about assembly language being difficult, but it has a number of advantages, and that is why the programmers may prefer to write the code in assembly also. So you can see more control over the hardware. You can actually write machine specific instructions. And the very first thing that came to your mind was mentioned, it has faster execution as compared to the high level language. Okay, part C. The programmer uses an IDE, integrated development environment, to write the program. A built-in translator to convert the program into machine code is one way that the IDE helps the computer programmer. A built-in translator. Describe 3 other ways the IDE can help the programmer. 3 other ways. Now you can see one is mentioned here, and that is your. Now you can see what is mentioned. Let me highlight this also. So we are not going to rewrite this answer at all. A built-in translator is there as a feature, and we are asked to explain or describe 3 other ways the IDE can help the programmer. Just recall very quickly your Python screen that we have worked on. Translator is there, fine. We have a code editor, great, and pretty printing, great, and auto completion, okay, fine. Auto correction, okay. A debugger, runtime environment with a debugger. Okay, that's wonderful. So you have identified And you can recall their description. What are they for? So very first one, code editor. See, why do we have it? It's going to be allowing me as a user to write the code, to type the code, and amend the code also. So this is a very important feature of an IDE, that it is giving me the feature of writing the code, amending the code while being in the program. Runtime environment allows a program to be run and see the output of the program. We can see what is the outcome also. Error diagnostics to show the programmer where there are errors in the program. Auto completion to give the user options or suggestions of key commands to select. As you can see, the moment I started typing the keyword maybe print, so it had shown me a list to choose from. That is basic auto completion. Auto correction to correct a command that has a minor misspelling. So sometimes some of the IDEs are giving us this feature also. And pretty printing, as was said by Ali, it is going to change the color of the key commands so that they are easy to be identified. In this manner, you have mentioned the features with their proper descriptions. So you will be scoring 6 out of 6. 3 ways described properly means 6 out of 6. That's wonderful. Excellent. Okay. A computer as an operating system, this is question number 7. A computer as an operating system, the operating system provides several functions. Tick one box to show which of these is not a function of the operating system. Managing files, providing an interface, handling interrupts, loading the bootstrap. Out of these, which one is not a function of an OS? Okay, done. See, loading the bootstrap, this is not the function of an operating system. Apart from these, this one has providing an interface, definitely ASCII, handling the interrupts that you have studied, that is also an operating system task. So this is the only option. It is not a function of an operating system. Okay. Now, part 2. Identify one other function of an operating system. Describe the purpose of this function. So you can see the function that are being described here, fine. You are going to, away from this, what else comes to your mind? So you need to see memory management, managing peripherals, and others also. Let's very quickly recap. And in this manner, you will be able to score the marks. So you can see 2 marks, but there are other options available: memory management, managing peripherals and drivers, multitasking, platform for running applications, system security, user accounts. So these are your major functions apart from the ones that are mentioned above. So you can see these are mentioned here. Managing files and providing an interface and handling interrupts. Apart from these, you can say memory management means managing what is allocated, how much memory is allocated for each task. Managing peripherals and drivers, it means that creating a link between the input and output devices so that like all the things are connected with each other. So they all are handled, all the peripherals, all the input and output devices are managed by the operating system. Multitasking, you know very well, it's performing more than one task at the same time. And definitely for this, it is happening because of time slice assigned to each task. And once your time quantum is over, then the task will be, that it will be the turn of the next task. This is how all the tasks get equal attention of the processor, and they all will be able to like be happy with it, with their performance. Okay. So this is what is happening because of switching between different tasks. The moment your time quantum is over, it will be the turn of the next task, then it will be the turn of the third task. In this manner, all the tasks are managed equally. They are given equal time slice. Platform for running applications means it is going to allow the communication to take place between the application, software, and the hardware. So actually, different applications are running because of the Again, the intervention of an operating system. Operating system not there, the application software will not be able to function, or the apps will not be able to function. System security, a very important feature through which you can secure the entry or the exit of different people. Only the authorized people with the right username and a password will be allowed to access. And the user accounts definitely are there so that multiple users are going to use the same system because they have the IDs and passwords. Their accounts are there, maintained by the operating system, so different users can manage to use the same computer also. Okay, fine. So out of them, be very cautious. Once it is mentioned in the answer, you have identified it correctly. Apart from that, you have to mention any other function. Okay. So 2 mark is you have identified the function, you have written its explanation. You will be able to score 2 out of 2. Now, give the name of the set of instructions that are provided to the operating system to allow it to run. So what is it? So you can say firmware, or you can say bootloader, or you can say BIOS, or you can say bootstrap. So these all terms are there in your book. We have discussed it. So if you have written any of these, you will be able to score 1 out of 1. Easy till now? It's exactly a lot of material that you need to be very cautious about in order to score. Now, question number 8. Draw and annotate a diagram to show how a payment transaction is made using digital currency and blockchain. Draw and annotate a diagram. It is dealing with digital currency and blockchain. So just by the way, what is expected to be present in this answer? See, the diagram should show the digital ledger is being used. Definitely when you're making a transaction, then digital ledger is there. Device is going to encrypt the data. Device is going to send the data to the digital ledger. Payment being recorded on the ledger, including details such as the digital signature or time or the date stamp. Transaction is stored in a block in multiples. Each block has a hash value or a unique identifier. When block is executed or full, it is applied to every device that has the blockchain. And actually that block will be added to the blockchain. So here they have given us the points, and this is what a sample diagram that they expect us to draw to score 4 out of 4. So you can see first is the digital ledger, and the device is going to send the payment data is sent to the digital ledger. From here, the transaction is stored in a block, and here you can see the block hash is created. And then this is going to be forming the blockchain. When block is full, it is added to the blockchain. So in the beginning, it's the device device sending the payment to the ledger. After that, the ledger is going to make it available, like transaction is going to be stored in a block. And here you can see the use of a hash value also. After that, it is going to be full. Once it is full, when the block is full, then it is added to the blockchain, and this is the blockchain. So very simple diagram, writing the keywords here, writing just in simple sentences, short sentences, what is being done, then this is what is expected of from all of us to annotate and draw the diagram. Drawing the diagram and writing down the key points here, you will score 4 out of 4. Yes, exactly. We need a little practice, and I hope that by now we have solved a number of questions of annotate and draw the diagram. So we are feeling a bit better. Inshallah, you will be able to manage your answer. Okay. Now moving to the next question. A doctor's surgery, like question number 9. A doctor's surgery is an expert system that helps diagnose the illness of its patients. Part A. Complete the paragraph about the operation of the expert system. Use the terms from the list. Some of the terms in the list will not be used. Some terms may be used more than once. So what are the terms? Artificial, binary, CPU, data, inference engine, interface, knowledge base, primary storage, process, real, read-only memory, rule base. So the first sentence is an expert system is made of an expert system is a type of dash intelligence. Definitely artificial intelligence, AI. The doctor will type data about the symptoms of the illness into the dash. So again, it will be interface. That is what you know. In this manner, the first sentence is, now I think the first one is over. An expert system is a type of AI, artificial intelligence. The doctor will type data about the symptoms of illness into the interface. The dash will decide which questions to ask the doctor. So it's so easy. Inference engine, as we have learned, this is a part of your expert system. So inference engine will decide. Decision making is done by the inference engine. So just remember, to deduce, to decide, to figure out what has to be done, to search, like a search engine is done by the inference engine. It will do this by linking the facts in the knowledge base to the rule base. So this is actually done because of linking the facts present in the knowledge base to the rule base. Now, since they have said that some terms may be used more than once, so the dash will decide on a diagnosis and this will be output on the dash. So definitely the interface in the inference engine will decide on the diagnosis and this will be output on the interface. So here we can see some terms like inference engine and interface are used twice, and it's perfectly okay because they have told us in the beginning that some terms can be used more than once. So in this manner, you've answered the question correctly. 7 marks are yours. Okay, now part B. The expert system has the ability to automatically adapt its own processes and data. Give the name of this ability. It's machine learning. See, so simple. So in this manner, we have solved one more paper. I hope that you have enjoyed this learning, isn't it? Okay, Jazakallah khairan kasira for being a part of the learning journey. Hope that you have understood each and everything. For anything that you want me to make the video on, please write in the comment section so I will come to know what is your expectation from us. Stay tuned, share the channel, share the videos with your friends and family, and do not forget to subscribe. Click on the bell icon so that you are getting the latest updates of the videos that are uploaded. Take very good care of yourselves and